be one of the best teams in New York, if not the best team in New York. 2 players going to St. John's. Our Saviour Lutheran in the burgundy and Rothesay Netherwood in the dark blue as we get set for this one. It should be good.
I can make an argument they're the best team on the East Coast.
Yeah, that good.
I could make an argument. And the first thing you see right now is just the size at every position over Rothesay.
Well, the two players that we got to keep our eye on, right? Posh Alexander and Dylan Wusu, who both are attending St. John's next year. Dylan Wusu, number 3, and Posh Alexander, number 5.
They're a handful, man.
They are a handful.
Posh is the lightning.
Max Madison, also the center, is going to be pretty heavy in this game as well.
Yeah, he's going, and then the center's going to pit on top of that. So, it's going to be a challenge, but they got to just come out and compete. Play hard, and play to win.
Here's Alamutu, goes up and throws it down. What a play! Samuel Alamutu to start the game.
Oh, yeah, they
what a kickoff.
They came with a different level of intensity than they did earlier today.
Alexander, 3. Off the mark.
Great box out.
Dylan Wusu off with the 3. Bad pass. Here's Wusu, 3. Off the mark. Rebound by Kellen Tynes. Alamutu, Tynes, underneath.
Level of intensity that we didn't see earlier
this
morning.
Mateo Zagar. Here's Alexander. Dumps it off. Back to Alexander. Underneath and good. Coming from Max Madison.
Can't teach length. Can't teach height. That was a good finish. Oh, good back door.
Unbelievable pass. A great play. Samuel Alamutu with the great finish underneath, and Rothesay getting out to a 6-2 lead early.
We did not see this earlier this morning, so
different
they definitely
energy.
Came with a different set of energy. They came much ready to play.
Posh Alexander off on the 3. Here's Matt Pinnell pushing it up for Rothesay.
And why do I have a feeling they're going to be making their 3-point shots tonight?
Just a different energy today. They didn't have it this morning. They lost to Upper Room earlier this afternoon, and right now have a 6-2 lead on our Saviour Lutheran. Here's Kellen Tynes. Sizing up Dylan Wusu. Left hand blocked defense by a Madison. Here's Posh Alexander. Pump fake. Separates. 2-point jump shot is short. High off the glass and good. The basket good from Jaquan Sanders.
Rothesay's going to have to rebound tonight. They're going to have to rebound. I cannot stress that enough.
Kellen Tynes with it. Guarded by Wusu. Here's Fifield. And they're going to call Jack Fifield for the walk. Definitely got him for steps.
Yeah, he definitely traveled.
Here's Posh. A nice play. Samuel Alamutu playing with very different energy today.
Much different energy
than he did in the first game. Absolutely.
They might be a team that plays to the level of their competition.
A Madison misses the easy hook shot. Can't finish it. Here's Kellen Tynes. Fast break. One-on-one. Up off the glass and fouled. The foul called an Ibine Sadiku, and Kellen Tynes is going to go to the line for 2. Let me tell you something. Our Saviour Lutheran, given credit for being one of the best teams in New York, and Rothesay Netherwood is playing with just as much, if not more, energy than them right now.
Oh, yeah, they're coming out with a different kind of energy than what we saw earlier. I mean, this team almost like a complete 180. A complete 180 than what we saw earlier. But you know what? When you're playing against a team that's built as a good team, it kind of pumps you up as well. You don't need that external motivation.
You play with that different adrenaline.
Exactly. And that's exactly what we're seeing right now. They're playing with that adrenaline like, oh, we got to play or else it could get real ugly real quick.
Tynes is no good on both. Here's Alexander. Step back. Right hand fouled at the rim. Posh Alexander will go to the line.
Such a tough guard to keep out the paint. When he decides to go to the paint, he's getting into the paint.
Samuel Alamutu called for the foul. And Posh Alexander, a 6-foot guard. He's not a big guy. He's a senior out of our Saviour Lutheran, and he's committed to St. John's next year. He's one of the guys that your Red Storm are going to need.
If we could get him in there this year, I would gladly take him. We got to find some reclassification or something to get him in there now. But I mean, he is just a bowling pin going in there, man.
Tell me what kind of player that Posh Alexander is today.
High energy guard. Electric. Can jump with the best of them. Can score. Can defend. Smart as a leader. Everything that you want in a guard is what he represents.
Matt Pinnell for 3, off the mark. Posh Alexander.
They're going for a screen roll set.
Screen poked away by Alamutu. Again, that defensive energy has been great for Alamutu so far. Here's Sanders. And Jack Fifield is going to get called for the foul. And Rothesay will be the first to make substitutions as they're going to bring in the big guy. They're going to bring in Tyler Fiawi to play center. And Caleb Suley is checked in as Fifield and Matt Pinnell are checked out as well. So a sharpshooter and a big guy, a 7-footer. Tyler Fiawi still the biggest guy in the game right now.
But other than play big.
It's the 3, good. Dylan Wusu.
That was easy just now. But that's what he can do. That's what Dylan can do. He's a very smart, high IQ guard.
Alamutu
came to play. He came to play.
Listen, Samuel Alamutu at his best is as good as anybody in this tournament.
Exactly. He is as good. Like you say, he's as good as anybody.
I mean, you see the body. That's a great play. Dylan Wusu again just gliding into the paint. Alamutu, great handle. The pass, Zagar, floater, and they're going to call an offensive foul on Mateo Zagar, and rightfully so, for bowling over Dylan Wusu.
That's good defense by OSL, being able to read the offense and meet him at the spot.
So now our Saviour Lutheran leads 11-8. With just under 4 minutes to play in the first quarter. Tipped by Suley. Great play. Here's Kellen Tynes to Zagar. Back to Tynes. Zagar looking for an opening. Goes up. Nice hesitation layup by Mateo Zagar. Mateo Zagar was one of their bright spots earlier in the afternoon and looks like he's off to a hot start today.
They came to play, man.
Here's
their energy
Alexander.
level is on another level right now.
Wusu step back against Alamutu
That's going to be a fun matchup to watch.
Tynes.
That's a fun
Alamutu.
matchup. That's a fun
finishing
matchup.
Right hand Samuel Alamutu and claps right in the face of Dylan Wusu. This is going to be a heck of a matchup.
I don't know if you want to poke the bear like that.
Posh Alexander guarded by Suley. Jaquan Sanders for 3. Off the mark, rebounded. Into the hands of Kellen Tynes. A great play by Caleb Suley.
They came.
Tynes, floater. Can't get it.
Oh, wow.
Tipped right in. Caleb Suley.
They're just playing with more energy right now.
I mean, this is much closer than I expected from the beginning.
But it's just the energy level.
Mateo Zagar, Suley, up and under. Caleb Suley with the finish. What a play by Caleb Suley. He's been great off the bench.
We did not see this coming at all.
Alexander, aggressive finish.
Bowling ball.
And there's a foul here. It's going to stay with our Saviour. And it's going to be called on Caleb Suley out of Rothesay. So a couple of substitutions coming in for our Saviour Lutheran. A Madison is checked out, as well as Jaquan Sanders. Incoming for our Saviour Lutheran, Jason Steele. And look at this big guy, Xavier. His name is Silas Sunday. He's a 7-footer with that body.
And he's going to have to trim down. Got some baby fat on him. But he has that profile. He has a chance. He definitely has a chance. Rothesay has brought the fight over to OSL right now. They brought the fight.
Alamutu, right hand. Samuel Alamutu. I am telling you, and I told you early today, and we do see glimpses of it. Samuel Alamutu, like I said, at his best, is probably as good as anybody in this tournament.
Absolutely.
With that body, that athleticism, and that skill set.
I mean, they've really come to play, man. They really come to play. I'm very impressed right now with how they've opened.
Wusu gets it stripped and knocked out of bounds. It'll stay with our Saviour. 18-13. Rothesay Netherwood leads in the first quarter. Our Saviour struggling to get the shots to fall early.
Struggling, but I think they're gonna keep attacking. They just gotta attack the basket right now. They're setting for a lot of long shots right now, so I think if they start going to the rim, they'll get some success.
Underneath is Silent Sunday.
I mean, that is a big boy down
That's
there.
a big guy. He's going to be a mismatch. And here's the thing. Silas Sunday, you can see the difference between Silas Sunday and Tyler Fiawi of Rothesay Netherwood. It's just two different body types, but both 7 foot.
And he's only a sophomore. My goodness. What's in the water?
Right hand.
Into the bowl game.
Matt Pinnell is getting checked in. Samuel Alamutu will take a seat, get a breather. He's been very active.
He's been really active, man. Done a good job at
Up
being active.
and over, good. Matt Pinnell.
Wow, we did not see this coming at all, man. I'm very impressed.
Steal. Outside, it's Wusu off the glass and called for a foul.
I understand.
And it's going to be a foul called on Caleb Sully. That's his second.
Second personal, team 6.
So Dylan Wusu will go to the line. He'll go to the line for a couple.
And shooting at the line for OSL number 3, Dylan Wusu.
And Damian Gay, the coach for Rothesay Netherwood, early in this game with a lot of energy, I'll say that.
He's got to work the rest, man. He looks at the quarters. There's already 6 fouls to 1 in the first quarter. You got to fight for your players. You got to fight for your players as a coach. So I understand what he's trying to do. He's trying to put in the head like, listen, man, we need some calls down here, man. We're winning the game, but we need some calls.
Here's Tynes.
A little full court pressure, trying to speed him up.
Pinnell, 3.
Oh, my goodness.
Buries the 3. Matt Pinnell with the triple. 23 to 14. And the turnover by Alexander. Pinnell kicks outside. Tynes for 3. Off the mark. Offensive board. Gets outside. Pinnell, corner 3. Just off the mark. Tyler Fiala with the board, and he draws the foul. And what about Rothesay Netherwood? The difference from earlier today and tonight in this one, a different energy coming from this team.
They remind me of Penn State. Penn State will beat Ohio State and then somehow find a way to lose to Merrimack University. This is a complete 180 from what we saw earlier today, and I'm thoroughly. But you know what? OSL, they're used to this.
Fiawi makes the first. Jack Fifield is checked in for Mateo Zagar.
I mean, OSL used to getting the other team's best punch, so I expect them to bounce back in the second quarter.
Paj Alexander and Abine Sadiku are checked out for Our Saviour Lutheran.
A little full court pressure from Rothesay, trying to change the tempo of the game a little bit.
Wusu driving underneath, loses the ball. It's going to stay with Our Saviour Lutheran as Daniel Rivera was trying to drive towards the basket.
I just think OSL got to meet the intensity of Rothesay right now. They got to meet their intensity.
And Silas Sunday with the easy put-in.
You can't teach 7 foot.
That big body is just going to dominate all day. Shot clock turned off. 24 seconds. Tynes thought about it. No look past to Fifield.
Yeah, he
drives, and they're going to call a travel on Jack Fifield. He does not like the call even a little bit. I'll be honest with you. Did you see a travel? I didn't see it, but you saw it, was it?
He traveled.
Okay.
He traveled. It was a good call. He switched his pivot for 3 times.
13. 10 seconds left on the clock. Wusu. He'll take it.
Oh,
Jaquan Sanders.
They are so active right now defensively, though.
He puts it up off the rim, and here we go at the end of the first quarter.
Rothesay's making shots they didn't make in the first game. They just didn't make those shots. And another 3 right there.
Pinnell, 3, off the mark. Ends up in the hands of big Silas Sunday.
And again, they're getting really active
Sanders
defensively right now.
Out there's Michael Quick.
And that was a quick move.
Michael Quick. He's quick with his feet.
Quick with his feet. That was a quick move.
It'll stay with our Saviour. Posh Alexander inbounds. Back to Sanders. Sanders will take the three. Off the mark. Alamutu with the rebound.
I mean, Rothesay is really
fighting
playing
here to get out
now.
of traffic, and he does.
They're really playing physical right now.
Fiawi. Tynes. Back to Alamutu. Tynes. Thought about it.
Oh, that was a good jab
Goes
step.
in and gets the foul. It's going to
really
be
good
called
jab step.
on Posh Alexander.
Foul's called on number 5, Posh Alexander. That's his first personal team third.
Alamutu inbounding underneath the basket.
They need to get a bucket.
Pennell.
Keep that momentum.
Thought about it. Underneath. And they're going to call a travel here on Zach Bottagoni underneath the basket.
Remains in the second period.
Coming out 11, a little 1-2-2. A little 1-2-2 press. They want that. They want that half court trap.
Jaquan Sanders almost. And they're going to call a travel here on Michael Quick. They got him on steps. So we're
A lot of people taking some steps today, man.
Well, they're trying to get that head start. A lot of energy in this game.
A 2-2-1. They got to get someone in the middle. And now they got the advantage.
Fiawi against Sunday. Big body against big body. I'll say this, big body against bigger body.
I mean, like...
Silas Sunday is probably 100 pounds heavier. Pennell, three from the corner. A little bit long.
This is going up.
Alexander able to lay it in. Posh Alexander, easy bucket. It's 25-18. Our Saviour Lutheran draws first blood here in the second quarter.
So now, Rothesay got to get a bucket to keep that momentum.
Tynes, floater, good. Kellen Tynes. Kellen Tynes is going to be big in this one. If he can match up against Posh Alexander, that's going to be a big one.
That's going to be another travel.
I mean, here's the thing, Xavier. Another travel here by our Saviour Lutheran, but the two matchups that we have to watch today, it's going to be Dylan Wusu versus Samuel Alamutu, and then Kellen Tynes versus Posh Alexander.
It's a battle of the backcourts.
All four of them are clear D1 players.
All four of them are clearly guarding each other, too. Ain't nobody running out here, man. They're playing tough.
Alamutu to Tynes. Over to Caleb Sully. No, I'm sorry. That's Matt Pennell.
Posh got to guard that.
Screen. Tynes. Outside. Pennell. Corner. Bottagoni. No good. Fiawi with it. Blocked by Sunday. Into the hands of Alamutu. They maintain possession. He pulls up. And it's way long, but another opportunity. Here's Tynes. Pennell. Tynes.
Want to reset.
Into the paint with Fiawi, and they're going to call a foul.
He got to get better
on
post
our
position
Saviour Lutheran. They're going to call a foul here. What looks to be on Daniel Rivera posting up against Tyler Fiawi of Rothesay.
Y'all got to get a little bit deeper and got to get lower because he ain't going to just stand up and try to post up Silas.
All right, so here we go. Here's our Saviour Lutheran now.
They got their starters back.
Dylan Wusu and Maxa Madison both checked into the game.
Coach had him sitting down for a long time, actually.
Tynes inside, picked off. Here's Posh Alexander underneath right there. That's a great play there by Michael Quick for the finish. Posh Alexander, great eyes.
That was a good defensive play by OSL.
Alamutu's got to give it up. Here's Tynes. Tynes blocked. Great play, and Fiawi takes it from a Madison, but gets called for the foul.
That's a tough one.
Definitely a tough play. Tyler Fiawi gets checked out as Mateo Zagar is checked in.
OSL basketball.
Timeout is called by Rothesay. OSL is missing 4 players today in this matchup. That includes Maximus Edwards, Isaiah Murphy is out as well, Tawfiq Aziz is out, as well as Leslie Clomerdota. So they are missing some players.
But at the end of the day, they still have more than enough. So
their 3 big guys are definitely still here. So here's Alamutu, Pennell. And they are going to call steps on Matt Pennell before he was able to get it to Caleb Sully in the corner.
There's a lot of traveling today, man. A lot of traveling in this game. Guys are trying to go too fast, but also test a good defense because both teams are meeting the ball right on the catch.
A Madison. Alexander drives baseline, right hand, can't finish. Rebounded by Zagar. Here's Alamutu. Gives it up to Tynes. Tynes drives baseline underneath Zagar. Nice play. Mateo Zagar with the assist coming from Kellen Tynes.
I mean, this game has been high energy, man. This feels like UMBC versus Virginia.
4:39 remains in the second period.
Wusu poked
defense.
away. Posh Alexander fighting with Kellen Tynes. It's going to be a jump ball.
And no guys backing down this game. I like it. Both teams, they're trying to punch each other in the mouth.
Physical, energy. It's just a fun game to watch so far.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Floater just off the mark from Jaquan Sanders. It'll go out of bounds, and it'll stay with our Saviour Lutheran.
But now we're starting to see the issues that was plaguing Rothesay earlier in terms of offensive rebounding. You know, they're giving them a couple of rebounds on this end right now. Their first shot defense has been great. They've got to get a stop and get the rebound.
Alamutu on Wusu. Wusu with a three right into his face. A great play by Dylan Wusu. Tynes, three, and a foul is called. Offensive foul on Samuel Alamutu as he barrels over Dylan Wusu.
That's a big call, man.
Offensive foul called on number 2, Samuel Alamutu. That's his third.
Alamutu gets checked out. They bring in Jack Fifield. So 3 fouls already for Alamutu. He might be on the bench for a while, maybe for the rest of the half.
He might be on the bench for a good man, and that's a big loss right now for Rothesay.
Alexander. Jaquan Sanders for 3. It's short. A Madison. Right hook. Good. Max Madison using the size to finish.
Can't teach height.
Sully. Pinnell. Sully for 3.
They needed that.
Caleb Sully buries the triple. It is a 10-point lead. 32-25, 7-point lead here for Rothesay. A Madison able to roll it right in, and that size is just dominating right now for our Saviour Lutheran.
Yeah, that's going to be, they're going to have to try to figure that out.
Sully, another 3, in and out, can't get it to go. Quick, hoist it up. Madison, no foul. Here's Wusu for 3, way short.
I mean, they're really fighting.
And it's going to go by way of Rothesay. So OSL is making a switch here. Quick is checked out as they bring in Shamar McKenzie. And Rothesay is bringing in Javier Azagra.
Trying to get more shooting out there to help Kellen. Get more shooting around there.
Zagar outside to the corner. It's Fifield. Sully, Tynes.
They're really trying to up their pressure, trying to make it more difficult for them.
Sully at the free throw line, poked away. Here's Posh Alexander, able to finish the easy layup. And OSL coming back here, 32-29.
Trying to stabilize their ship and kind of try to figure out what Rothesay was doing.
Sully.
Talked to the coach earlier, talked to OSL's coach earlier today, and he said that, because
Rothesay played
number 21,
they want to
run them out the field, they want to run them out the gym. So we're trying to see that a little bit right now with the full court pressure.
225.
We'll see where we get here. Here's Sully. It's knocked out of bounds. It'll stay with Rothesay. And Rothesay will take a timeout.
They need to get some scores. They need to get some strings, got some consecutive buckets.
This is a big possession. They need a score here. make this a 2-possession game. Zagar, nice play, floater, good. Mateo Zagar is a gifted scorer. Posh Alexander, great move, quickly, outside, corner 3, off the mark. And it's going to stay right here with our Saviour. There's a whistle on the play. And they're going to call a foul here on Javier Azagra.
His first personal team night.
They really got to find a way to fight the size advantage, man.
And shooting at the line, number 35.
The size has kept OSL in the game, honestly. Definitely, Rothesay's coach gonna be like, I need to find some bigs in the off season. I need to find some bigs.
A Madison. Way off the mark, rebounded by Fiawi.
Wow.
And they're going to call a foul here. They're going to call it on Matt Pinnell. It's an offensive foul.
Handle, that's his first personal team 10.
Yeah, that was a tough one to take. That was like a little friendly body bump.
Stolen by Zagar, goes up and misses the dunk.
The rim blocked him on that one.
Wusu. Madison, they're going to call a walk on Maxa Madison.
1:46 remains in the second period.
Oh, I like that.
3.
Oh,
Way off the mark. Alexander goes up right-handed, gets the roll. 34-31.
Just a bulldog down there, man. Bouncing off bodies.
Zagar, Sully, pump fake, goes in hard, good. Caleb Sully can do more than just shoot.
That was a strong take.
Alexander puts up a triple, short. Rebounded by Tynes. Fast break, finds Zagar, Pinnell. Tynes.
Strong
with
take.
the finish. And here we are again, a 7-point Rothesay lead. They needed buckets and they got them. Wusu, shot, good, with the foul on the 3. They're going to call it a 3. They're going to call it a, what do they have? They're going to call it a 3, and Dylan Wusu will go to the line for a 4th.
That's a big-time play.
That is a huge play by Dylan Wusu.
Big-time play.
Jaquan Sanders is checked out for OSL as they bring in Jason Steele.
You felt the momentum kind of shifting towards Rothesay, and then all of a sudden, Dylan Wusu makes a great play. Oh,
and
man,
Posh Alexander comes down with the board. He's guarded by Tynes. Crossover, nice play.
Oh my.
Alexander and gets the walk call. Posh Alexander called for steps.
I mean, just, there's a lot of bodies bouncing back and forth on both sides, man.
Pinnell. Fiawi, Pinnell. Trapped in the corner, has to toss it away. Alexander against Tynes, able to lay it in. 38-36. RNS more than likely going to hold it for the last shot. Tynes, Zagar, Sully wide open for 3, off the mark. And it's going to go out of bounds and go to OSL with 4.9 remaining on the clock here in the first half. A 2-point Rothesay lead. Wusu. And we have a technical foul on Rothesay. And that is really costly.
And honestly, that really, because that was a turnover right there.
That was.
It was about to be a turnover. That was about to be a turnover. That's a costly tech, man.
That's a big tech.
Shooting at the line, number 5, Posh Alexander.
So Damian Gay, the Rothesay Netherwood coach, called for the technical foul, and Posh Alexander going to the free throw line and converts on the free throw.
Because that was a turnover just now.
38-37. And instead of Rothesay going into the half with a lead, going into the second half with a lead,
It's gonna be. It might be tied, or they might have the lead.
it might be an OSL lead, or it could be still tied. Posh Alexander taking it out. Here's Dylan Wusu, finding space, pump fakes, throws it up, can't get it. Rebound by Zagar, and he tosses it out of the way. It is a tie game at the half, 38-38. Between Rothesay Netherwood School from New Brunswick, Canada in the dark blue, and Our Saviour Lutheran National from right here in New York.
They're going to roll the dice with Samuel out with 3 fouls.
Tynes. There's Kellen Tynes, deep three, way off the mark.
Not the shot you want to open up with.
Here's Posh Alexander. Dylan Wusu. Left hand, offensive foul called on Dylan Wusu as Jack Fifield hits the deck hard.
And Jack took the brunt of that collision.
Offensive foul called on number 3.
He needed a minute to get to restore himself.
Well, Dylan Wusu's got a big body, so it's not going to be easy for him.
They say he's 205. I don't believe that.
Stolen, bad pass. Posh Alexander can't get it to go. Alamutu with it. It's going to go out of bounds and stay with Rothesay Netherwood.
Turnover call, RNS basketball.
It's being very physical in that pressure. Another travel.
And they're going to call a walk on Matt Pinnell. That's a lot of traveling. It's a lot of traveling. Now, you tell me, is this actually traveling or the ref's a little sensitive to steps right now?
No, every one they call has been a travel. Every single one's been a travel. You gotta love the coach from Rothesay, but he's an energetic guy, man.
He's an energetic guy, and he's kind of funny. I like it. Nice play there by Ibine Sadiku with the finish. Alamutu, Pinnell, kicks outside.
They need that.
Ooh. Mateo Zagar with the triple, and there we go again.
Here we go.
41-40.
Welcome to the ride, man.
Rothesay with the lead.
Welcome to the ride.
Alexander. Jaquan Sanders tries to answer off the front iron. Rebounded by Tynes.
Going to the bar.
Tynes blocked by Alexander viciously at the rim.
I love the attack by Kellen Tynes right now. I love the attack, man. Straight to the rim.
And they're going to call the foul here on Jaquan Sanders, and Kellen Tynes will head to the free throw line.
Shooting at the line, number 5, Kellen Tynes.
Right now, every point is important right now. Every point is important right now. Every point. This game is being played on a tightrope right now.
That's right.
Being played on a tightrope. You know, the bounce can go either or. Every point is important. Every single one right now. Oh, that's too easy.
Easy for Max Madison.
That's too easy.
Tynes. Pinnell tries to finish, can't get it.
You got to finish that.
And Wusu for three and the lead. Our Saviour Lutheran with a 3-point lead on the three from Dylan Wusu. They're trapping Alamutu. It is going to go Our Saviour Lutheran's way. And could this be a momentum shift?
It's on to pick up the pressure right now. Really trying to make it hard for them to get into the front court.
Caleb Suley checked in, as well as Tyler Fiawi, Jack Fifield, and Matt Pinnell will take a seat.
Number 14, Tyler Fiawi.
Madison. Suley with the steal. Here's Tynes. Back to Suley.
And another one.
And another travel called on Caleb Suley.
5:22 remains in the third period. 30-second timeout.
30-second timeout called by Rothesay. 5:22 remaining here in the third. 45-42. Our Saviour Lutheran leads. The ball out from underneath the basket. No, I'm sorry. Our Saviour Lutheran. Wusu with the shot, no good. Jaquan Sanders with the shot. Tynes.
Oh, I like
Floater just off the mark.
Oh,
rebounded by Zagar. Can't get it. And Dylan Wusu throws it down.
That's a strong finish right there. Yeah, it's starting to get up in the pressure right now.
Wusu, Alexander, Wusu again, and here comes our Saviour Lutheran. Another tip. Wusu again, Alexander, another pass and a block, and they're going to call the foul here on Mateo Zagar.
Remember what happened?
That was called the number 10, Mateo Zagar. That's his.
And the Patrick School versus Woodstock Academy, where it was that third quarter, kind of changed the complexion of the game. That's what's happening right now.
Shooting at
That
the
third quarter, they started to ratchet up their pressure.
Here's Jaquan Sanders. Off the mark on the first free throw. It's a 7-point OSL lead with the opportunity for 8 right here. Off the mark on both. Kellen Tynes. 4:35. Caleb Sully goes up with it. Foul one for Caleb Sully. What a play.
Whoa. Wow, what a finish.
That was called on number 30.
Way to fight the contact.
The opportunity, Maxa Madison called for the foul, and Caleb Sully with the opportunity to cut the lead down to 4 right here at the free throw line. Great play. Tell me, you've got to be impressed with what Caleb Sully has shown you so far today.
Oh, yeah, no, he's been strong today. He's made a couple of threes. And that was a very impressive take. I didn't think he was going to go to the basket. I thought he was going to shoot it, but that was very impressive.
Madison, guarded by Tynes. Here's Posh Alexander. Wusu underneath of Madison. Left hook, can't finish. Poked away. Shot goes up and good.
Strong.
Wide open from Abine Sadiku. It's going to stay with Rothesay.
51-45.
Both coaches want the fouls called for their players, man.
That's right.
They feel like this game's being overly
Our
physical.
Saviour wants the ball. He thought it hit off of Fiawi. Here's Alamutu.
Wow, they're just mugging him right
by
now.
Posh Alexander.
That was a mugging.
Shot from Sanders. Up and no good. Rebound. Kicked out. Wusu thought about it. Alexander. Back to Adiku. Nice play. Here's Sully. Left hand, good. Caleb Sully with the finish. 51-47.
He's
OSL
played
leads.
really well.
He has played very well. Shot from Sanders from 3. That's a big shot there from Jaquan Sanders.
Big time shot to stem that.
Sully thought about it. Alamutu drives left, and it's going to be a blocking foul called on Abine Sadiku.
Good call by
That's
that.
called on number 11, Ibine Sadiku. That's his third personal.
Guys
team.
mugging each other, man.
So Dylan Wusu, he will take a seat as they bring in Jason Steele. Here's Zagar, back to Alamutu. Zagar, Sully for 3. Can he answer? No good. Off the front iron. Here's Posh. Oh, we thought we got a foul here. Alexander, crossover, kicks inside. A Madison turnover. Zagar with it, pushing it. And the whistle blows. They're going to call a double dribble on Mateo Zagar.
41 remains in this third period, 54-47.
Oh, that's a tough one to swallow, man. That's a tough one to swallow, man. That's a tough one. That is
Sanders for three. No good. Rebounded to Madison, and a foul under the basket. And they're going to call this.
Wear on them right now.
And they're going to call that on Kellen Tynes.
Personal team second. Shooting at the line, number 35, Max Madison.
So Max Madison will go to the line for a pair. Downs the first. Matt Pinnell is checked in for Samuel Alamutu.
Into the ball game, number 3, Matt Pinnell.
And he's off on the second. Zagar with the rebound, poking the ball in the air. Pinnell's got it. He's got to get rid of it.
Get it over.
Finds Tynes. Caleb Sully back to
Big
Tynes
time
for three.
Oh,
Window, and it's good from three.
Off the glass.
55-50. They pull it within 5. Kellen Tynes with the triple.
Oh, you got to go get that one. They got to be aggressive on defense.
Alexander Sadiku pulls up from 2, off the mark, rebound, and good from Jason Steele.
Wow.
Zagar with the finish. Nice play. Mateo Zagar able to answer right back. 57-52.
Good finish. There's some contact on that.
Sanders drives baseline. Kicks. Madison with throwing it down. Max Madison throwing it over everybody.
As the kids would say, on his head. On his head.
Foul going the way of Rothesay. The foul called on Sadiku. Jaquan Sanders is checked out as they bring in Michael Quick. And it looks like Sadiku is checked out as well as Daniel Rivera checks in.
They need to get a good shot this possession.
Alamutu is checked in. Tynes. Fiawi with the screen. Working on Tynes. Tynes drives in, dumps it underneath Alamutu. Gets the foul. A nice play by Samuel Alamutu underneath the basket. Foul on what looks to be Daniel Rivera.
Team 6.
That was a good job of creating that opportunity for his team.
A minute 11 left on the clock here in the third quarter. 59-52. OSL with a lead. And Alamutu cuts it down to 6, making that free throw. Jack Fifield is checked in for Caleb Sully, as Silas Sunday is checked in for Max Madison.
You know, what's luxury is this to go from 6'10", 6'11" to 7 foot? What a luxury. And
a guy, you go from Max Madison, who's a clear D1 player, to a 7-footer with that size body in Silas Sunday. You're never giving up the paint.
Paint is always gonna at least play even in the paint battle.
Minute left, 59-54. And I'll tell you what, RNS, our Saviour Lutheran is scoring, but RNS is answering right back on almost every possession.
Yeah, they're fighting. They keep fighting. They're not giving up.
Poked away. Tynes.
They're not giving up. They got
Fifield. Alamutu.
Sit
down. Throw down from Samuel Alamutu.
That was a one-footer.
What a play. My goodness with the shot. 59-56. Posh Alexander loses the ball. Guarded by Kellen Tynes. Alexander for 3. Buries the triple. Posh Alexander. Here's Fifield. Layup good. Jack Fifield answers right back. 62 to 58. 10 seconds left on the clock. Posh Alexander taking his time bringing it up. 6 seconds. 5.
I mean, he got two teams battling.
Alexander hoists up the deep triple, not even close, but here we go. This is anybody's ball
I like
game.
it. They talking.
A 62 to 58 game.
I mean, they're really going at it.
Sunday, up and good, powers through.
Number 24, Michael Quick.
That was too easy.
Tynes, here we go.
Oh,
stolen away. Wusu, the lob, can't finish. It's going to go out of bounds, and it's going to go by way of Rothesay, 64-58. Coach touched the ball.
Coach touched the ball. Coach was trying to help his team out. Coach got to help his team. The coach trying
Laughing
to help
about
his
it on
team.
the sideline. Pennell, Fifield, thinking about it. He's got to get rid of it right here.
Yeah, they
Once
got
you
to
get it in that corner, he's got to get rid of it at some point.
They got to be strong with the ball right now. They got to be strong with the ball.
Alamutu is taking it out. He finds Tynes.
They're really
Gets
going
a
at it.
screen from Fiawi. A great job fighting over it. Pennell
that's not the
inside
pass you
Fiawi.
need.
Tried to force it inside, and they call a foul.
Not the pass you need. Not at that time. I don't like that pass right there.
The foul is called on Jack Fifield.
Fifield, that's his second personal, team third.
That was a big time turnover.
Here's Wusu
He's going to shoot this shit in this
working on
one.
Pennell. Great defense. Step back three. Off the mark. Alamutu with the board. It's into the hands of Alamutu after fumbling around with the ball on the ground. Here he comes. Fast break. Pennell saves it. Fifield for three. Off the mark.
He got to jump. 14 got to jump at least. Got to try to get a rebound down there.
Posh. Poke.
Yeah.
And they're going to call the over-under. Wow, that's
that's been a fun matchup. Kellen versus Posh. That's been a fun matchup to watch.
It's been a really fun matchup. You know what I've noticed is we're seeing a lot of, I'd say, elementary penalties here.
Yeah.
Traveling, the over and back. I mean, it's very double dribble we had a call. I mean, this is a very interesting but almost elementary kind of game.
It's like a CYO game.
That's right.
Oh, wow. They let him like the book.
Oh, he's got Pennell. Oh, and he didn't get it to him. Didn't get it to him.
Remains in this last quarter.
Caleb Suley is checked in for Jack Fifield. So here we go. Suley's back in the game. Let's see if Rothesay can catch up. They're only down by 6. And Mateo Zagar is right here at the scorer's table, ready to go in. They want their best lineup. They're leaving the 7-footer out there to match up with the other one. Wusu goes in, can't finish, and they're going to call a foul.
Oh, that would hurt me as a coach. Oh, that's terrible.
And they're going to call the foul on Alamutu. Wow.
As a basketball player,
Ref says he got him with the knee.
That's
a rough one.
That's a rough one. I'm sorry. And I know we promised I talk about the rest and the rest do a good job, but that one, that was ticky tack at best.
Zagar is going in for Tyler Fiawi, so they're taking away some size, but they're getting more scoring. Good. 66-58. Suley drives in and is fouled on the other end.
He's shown a lot this game, man. He's shown a lot. I thought he was just a shooter, but he's shown the ability to get to the basket and go up strong.
Dylan Wusu is called for the foul, and Caleb Suley will go to the line.
That was a strong take. They had to foul him on that one.
Knocks down the first. 66-59. Can they cut it back within 6? Then Rothesay just is not going away. They are staying in this game for as long as they possibly can.
Why not hold on to the rope?
Just off the mark on the second.
Hold on to the rope as long as you can, man.
Wusu works right over the middle, off the glass, no good. Silas Sunday with the big guy with the finish.
The game's starting to get away from him a little bit now. They need a bucket.
Alamutu, Suley, pump fake, trapped in the corner. Tried to get it to go out of bounds. Kellen Tynes with a great steal, and it's going to go by way of Rothesay. A nice play in transition by Kellen Tynes.
And to the coach's point, he got to shoot that 3-point. You can't try to dribble every time. You got to shoot that. You got to shoot that basketball, man.
So Kellen Tynes now will go to the free throw line, try to get some of these points back. Very best they get to 68 to 61, a 7-point game here.
Make it to a 5-point game if he makes these free throws.
Knocks down the first. It is 68 to 60. Can he get it to a 7-point game?
I hope so.
5:26 remaining in the fourth. Knocks down both. 68 to 61.
And now I need to stop.
26 remains in this ball game.
Here's Posh Alexander. Screen by Sunday. Here's Wusu driving in, right hand, good. Nice touch by Dylan Wusu.
Wow, that was just talent.
Pinnell, Alamutu, kicked outside Sully, corner three, just off the mark.
He rushed that one. That was a rush shot. He rushed that one.
Oh my goodness gracious.
Way to meet him at the top.
Kellen Tynes.
Way to meet him
driving.
At the top.
Goes up and gets fouled. Dylan Wusu called for another foul. 9-point game, 70 to 61.
Fouls called to number 3, Dylan Wusu. That's his third personal.
Dylan Wusu's third foul on the day. 4:43 remaining in the game. Kellen Tynes, best case scenario, makes it a 7-point game at 70 to 63. Right now, 70 to 61 if he makes both free throws. Off the mark on the first.
Let's see, man. This is a crucial point in the ball game right now.
Knocks down the second.
Crucial point in the ball game.
43 remains.
Silas Sunday underneath, poked away. Oh, they called the foul on Kellen Tynes.
Oh, man.
Wow.
Saviour, that's his fourth personal.
Wait, they called the foul on Alamutu.
At the line, shooter number 15, Leslie Caradota at the line.
Yeah, 62.
62, right?
Yeah.
4:29 remaining as Jason Steele is at the line for our Saviour Lutheran. A 70 to 62 game.
Yeah. That was a tough call, man. Especially when you know that you're climbing an uphill battle against an already good team. You want every break that you can get. You want every break that you can possibly get, man. And that's a tough call.
Fifield is getting checked in here for Matt Pinnell.
Oh, we missed both.
Alamutu with the rebound. Here's Tynes. He drives in, kicks out, fit field for three, and he's off the mark. And it just seems like Rothesay's shots are just not falling at the same rate as they were early in the game.
Yeah, they're not. And also doing a better job of getting out the shooters.
Lob, nice play by Kellen Tynes to reject it at the rim.
I mean,
Sully, Zagar, three, in and around the rim, can't get it, rebounded by Sunday. Here's Posh Alexander taking his time, our Saviour not rushing it, 3:40 remaining on the clock.
They gotta get a stop, they gotta get a turnover. Oh.
And not that. Posh Alexander gives our Saviour Lutheran their first double-digit lead. Sully, Alamutu loses the ball, but gets called for a foul.
Yeah, they're giving him the foul.
They're going to call it on Jason Steele.
I mean, look at this. You're about to take out a 7-footer and bring in a 6'10", 6'11" guy, man.
The luxury.
The luxury.
They're actually going to leave a
Send
Madison.
him back to the bench.
They're going to leave a Madison out of the game. Silas Sunday stays. Steele and Quick are coming out of the game for Jaquan Sanders and Bine Sadiku. So all the starters are in for OSL except for Max and Madison. Wusu almost went up for it. Here's Posh Alexander.
We're going to try direct traffic. Try to get a good shot right now.
Jaquan Sanders. They're posting up Wusu underneath Sadiku, and it is a 12-point Our Saviour Lutheran lead.
And I definitely think that the guys got better today. These two games have been very good for them to watch.
Fifield, Alamutu, 3. Off the mark. Here comes Posh Alexander. Nice play, Posh
Alexander. Just a
Alexander.
ball of
Can't
energy,
finish.
though.
Fifield, corner 3. Off the mark. That would have been huge for Rothesay. Jaquan Sanders in transition finishes 2.5 minutes. And they're going to call the foul here on Jack Fifield. So OSL has a chance to make this a 15-point lead with 2.5 minutes to play.
Yeah, you hate to see it. You hate to see it. But Rothesay's played well. They played well today, man. They played well today.
Fifield's checked out. Matt Pinnell is checked in.
I mean, they started putting that pressure on, and a lot of turnovers. Bad shot selections, but
Alamutu gets blocked. Zagar gets blocked by Sunday. And Rothesay will keep it. Under the basket, it'll be Sully inbounding. Pinnell for 3. Off the mark, and Rothesay just cannot get anything to fall.
Yeah, they picked the worst time to go cold, man. The worst time to go cold.
Silas Sunday. Underneath, blocked, but called for a foul. Dylan Wusu gets fouled by Matt Pinnell, and Wusu is going to go to the line.
Foul's called on number 3, Matt Pinnell. That's his 3rd personal, team 8th. Shooting at the line, number 3, Dylan Wusu.
Yo, I love Rothesay's coach, man. Funny guy, man. Funny guy.
Off the mark.
Not allowed to get blocks. That's a good guy, man. He's a good guy, man.
Wusu knocks down the second.
2 minutes.
Tynes 3, good. There you go. Kellen Tynes knocks down the triple, 78-65. Rothesay gets off the schneid. Wusu. Sunday, Wusu left hand, and Dylan Wusu is having his way right now. Alamutu goes in strong, misses. Sully 3, no good. Board goes to Sunday. It's going to stay with Rothesay.
1:16 remains in this ball game.
I'm Coach Jamie. I'm pretty happy with my team's effort today.
I am too.
I'm pretty happy. Like, I'm not even upset.
Alamutu. Tynes 3, good. 80-68, and Rothesay is closing in.
Oh, wow.
Picked off by Kellen Tynes, setting up for something.
Ooh.
Up and under Kellen Tynes with the finish. 80-70, and here comes Rothesay a little bit. Under a minute to go, 50 seconds. And a turnover, and Rothesay gets the ball back. 47 and a half to go. They're down by 10. They're making it interesting a little bit.
They're making it interesting.
Kellen Tynes, Pinnell, Sully, 3, off the mark. Offensive board, goes up with it, can't get it to fall. Silas Sunday, the rebound.
There it is.
Wusu, Alexander! Whoa, what a play! From Dylan Wusu to Posh Alexander to pretty much shut the door. Kellen Tynes for 3, off the mark. Offensive board by Alamutu. Kicks out to Pinnell for 3, gets blocked. Rebound Zagar. He gets in there, blocked by Sunday, but with a foul. So Mateo Zagar will go to the line. 82-70 is your score right now. 12 seconds remaining in the game, and our Saviour Lutheran's going to walk out of here with a victory.
Well-earned victory at that. But that's what good teams do. They kind of shut the door early so they don't make it a game late. So they shut the door early in the fourth quarter and just played and just coasted their way to a W.
But an incredibly well-fought game. Samuel Alamutu with the offensive board. He puts up a 3. Off the mark. Zagar, good. And that will run out the clock. 82-72.